Good Thursday evening, April 10th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Washington's drought issues continued this week as the Department of Ecology issued drought warnings for watersheds throughout the state. Douglas County says construction work will close a portion of 6th Street Southeast in East Wenatchee for over a month. Expect a mixed bag of weather the next couple of days with sunny and mild conditions tomorrow and windy and cooler weather on Saturday. We'll have more coming up in your full local weather forecast. A 38-year-old Ephrata woman and a child were injured this morning in a two-vehicle collision about 11 miles south of Ephrata. It happened about 7:30 a.m. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says Amber Arachiga was driving a Honda Accord north on Dodson Road Northwest when she collided with the rear of a service truck that was stopped to make a turn near Road 3 Northwest. Arachiga was injured and taken by ambulance to Samaritan Healthcare in Moses Lake. Her 3-year-old passenger was airlifted to Confluence Health Hospital in Wenatchee for injuries characterized as serious but not life-threatening. The driver of the service truck, 23-year-old Tyson Seidensticker of Kashmir, was not hurt. Glaze Bakery reopened this morning after a temporary shutdown on March 27th for roughly $18,000 in unpaid taxes. Owners Michael and Amber Smith told NCWLIFE News today their former bookkeeper was a source of their woes. They say, among other areas, their bookkeeper didn't keep up to date on paying taxes for Glaze and improperly listed their business as a sole proprietorship instead of an LLC. The Smiths have now paid off their tax debt, and the bakery is once again serving its customers. The owners say they'll be taking legal action against their former bookkeeper. Glaze at 595 Grant Road in East Wenatchee is open 4:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. on weekdays and 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on the weekends. The Washington Department of Natural Resources is the state's largest wildland firefighting agency. Now, local fire districts are getting some of DNR's used vehicles. DNR announced this week it's distributing about 15 surplus wildfire engines to fire districts and wildfire-prone rural communities across the state as part of the agency's effort to help strengthen fire response at the local level. In Grant County, the Grand Coulee Volunteer Fire Department and the Coulee City Fire Department each received one surplus engine through the DNR's Fire District Assistance Programs. State law has authorized DNR to parcel out equipment to rural fire agencies since 2017. Washington's drought issues continued this week as the Department of Ecology issued drought warnings for watersheds throughout the state. Reservoirs in Yakima, Kittitas, and Benton counties are officially in drought, while watersheds in Chelan and Okanagan County were placed under a less restrictive drought advisory. That puts irrigation, drinking water, and fish populations under threat. Communities under a drought emergency are eligible for $4.5 million in grants, plus special transfers of water. Ecology Director Casey Sixkiller laid out the situation in a press conference on Tuesday.
It's not just about irrigation. It's about fish habitat, drinking water for rural communities, and ecosystem health. If you live in Seattle, Tacoma, and Everett, your water systems are in good shape. But even in those areas, this is a reminder that climate change is rewriting the rules. This is now the 6th declaration in Washington in the last 10 years. This is the new normal. More rain, less snowpack, earlier springs, hotter, drier summers, and increasing odds that snow droughts will happen 4 out of every 10 years. This isn't a future threat, it's happening right now.
When we come back, a major piece of Microsoft's new data center development in Malaga rolled into place today. And as state legislators in Olympia struggle to write a balanced budget before their sessions wrap up at the end of the month, part of the negotiation revolves around increasing property tax revenues. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, so relax, it's done.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Douglas County says construction work will close a portion of 6th Street Southeast in East Wenatchee for over a month. Beginning at 9 a.m. on Monday, April 14th, the route between South Nile Avenue and South Perry Avenue will be closed to through traffic. The intersection of 6th Street Southeast and South Perry will also be impacted. The intersection will reopen on temporary travel surfaces after about a week, while the remainder of the work zone will stay closed to through traffic. The closure allows for the installation of utilities and road improvements in support of the Orchard Vista subdivision on the north side of 6th Street Southeast. The closure is expected to run until Friday, May 23rd. An assigned detour route will be posted throughout the closure. A major piece of Microsoft's new data center development in Malaga rolled into place today. Traffic on Malaga-Alcoa Highway was briefly delayed just after noon, while a power component for the data center was trucked south about 7 miles. The component, manufactured by the Brazilian company WEG Industries, had arrived earlier by train at the Appleyard Rail Depot. Chelan County's Public Works Department says the slow progress was necessary because the component itself weighs about 516,000 pounds or 258 tons. Construction at the data center began in 2023. It's expected to finish up sometime next year. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports that Our Valley, Our Future is teaming up with Thriving Together North Central Washington to lead the coalition for health improvement in Chelan and Douglas counties. The announcement came during the Our Valley, Our Future Symposium held Wednesday at Wenatchee Valley College. The Coalition for Health Improvement unites local organizations around health initiatives. Our Valley, Our Future says it will now help streamline operations to expand the capacity to respond to public health issues across the region. Steve Maher from Our Valley, Our Future says his group is thrilled with the possibilities of this partnership. Ruben Betancourt, former director of the coalition, will stay on in a similar role as Our Valley, Our Future community engagement specialist. As state legislators in Olympia struggle to write a balanced budget before their sessions wrap up at the end of the month, part of the negotiation revolves around increasing property tax revenues. From the Olympia News Bureau, Murrow News fellow Albert James shows us how Republicans are fighting back against the idea and how Democrats are pushing it forward.
This is the wrong answer for Washington. It's the wrong answer for homeowners. It's the wrong answer for renters.
Republicans in Olympia have come out against many of the tax proposals from Democrats in control of the legislature, especially Senate Bill 5798. The legislation would get rid of the 1% revenue growth limit for regular property taxes and allow that revenue to grow based on a formula that accounts for inflation and population change. The bill includes property tax exemptions for seniors and people with disabilities and does not impact voter-approved levies. Democratic leaders argue property tax revenues to fund schools and public safety has not kept up with increasing costs.
We need to make sure that we don't have a structural problem in our laws that prevents our government from being successful at its basic functions.
But Republicans fear the increased property taxes would make it harder for people to buy or rent a home, stay in that home, and for housing to be constructed.
They cannot say that they support affordability in our state if they also support regressive taxes that decrease affordability for people all across our state.
One homeowner invited to speak by Senate Republicans says she's already struggling with making increased property tax payments because the value of her home is increasing.
After 3 years of hard work, dipping into my retirement and selling my mother's jewelry, I was finally able to get caught up. However, now I need to make the property taxes again due this month. Now Senate Bill 5798 is being presented and will again put me and others like me on the brink of losing our houses.
For Governor Ferguson's part, while he held a press conference last week criticizing Democratic wealth tax proposals, he wouldn't say much on property taxes and other revenue ideas.
Those are conversations we're going to have. There's a lot of negotiations to go on, but I'm just not going to get into specific proposals right now.
In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Coming up next in tonight's Paws for Pets feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, we will introduce you to an Alaskan Malamute who loves attention. Sunny and mild weather tomorrow with windy and cooler conditions expected on Saturday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
The Wenatchee Bighorns are back in action against the Salem Capitals in TBL play on Thursday, April 17th. Join Grant Olson and Jamie Council with all the action here on the NCWLIFE channel. W.B. Smith Gym on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College is the home for Bighorns basketball, and you can see it live here on the NCWLIFE channel. Celebrate Apple Blossom with the Technoplex Youth Parade, Saturday, April 26th at 11 a.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. It's the Technoplex Youth Parade, Saturday, April 26th on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
It's time now for Paws for Pets with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight we feature a fluffy Alaskan Malamute who loves cuddles and stealing absolutely all of your attention. Meet Owen.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager. And today I want to introduce you to one of my favorite dogs here. This is Owen. Owen is our 5-year-old Alaskan Malamute mix. He's super fluffy and he's shedding a lot right now. So it's been really fun pulling out his floofs. I highly recommend it as a stress relief hobby. Owen came to us about 3 months ago. He was picked up as a stray. He was just, you know, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky, like man on the town, and but it wasn't safe for him, so he was brought here, and we've been looking for a home for him ever since. He's a big boy, but he's kind of short, and he doesn't jump up on us, which is great. He's actually really a pretty polite, chill boy. Yes, you're pretty good boy. Yes. He loves his walks and he loves his people time. Loves being outside, so he'd love a yard if possible. He does have a very adventurous spirit, as per Huskies and Malamutes. So we do recommend a fenced yard if you have a yard. He also loves stuffed animals, and he likes balls a little bit, but he's mostly about the stuffies. And he loves treats, cheese and hot dogs are his favorites. Yeah, and yeah, he just loves to kind of snuggle and be on top of you. So we know that he is great with people, and we have seen him be great with kids too. But we do know that he's not so crazy about other dogs. And he's big enough to be an only dog, I feel like. You only need one Owen in your house. So that's just kind of what we recommend. For cats, of course, we don't know because he came as a stray. But, you know, maybe not, because he's a large boy. He is still learning his tricks and commands, really food motivated, which is fantastic. And we know that he is really good at spinning. That's one of my favorite ones to do with them. He can go to the left and to the right. Yes, you'll do anything for treats, even make yourself dizzy. We have an adoption special starting tomorrow. It's our spring adoption special, which is good on any of our dogs, 50% off. We have so many dogs who need good homes so badly that we want to make it as easy as possible for you to bring home your new furry family member. So if you'd like to come down and see Owen or any of our dogs here, we're open Thursday through Tuesday from 12:30 to 6, or you can make an appointment for Wednesday online, and we would really love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Thursday, and boy, weather had kept improving throughout the day today. Lots of clouds this morning, and then outside our weather window from this afternoon, lots of blue sky out there from our tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights, and it turned out to be a really nice day today. Not much wind and much warmer temperatures. As we move ahead in the forecast for Friday, looking at partly cloudy skies, I think we will even be mostly sunny here and not so much breezy conditions for us, although not the same can be said for the Columbia Basin and maybe you folks in Waterville. We're looking at high temperatures, not quite as warm today, in the low 60s. And then for Saturday, the bottom kind of falls out on our weather, mostly cloudy. I don't think we'll see so much as far as shower activity on Saturday, but we will see winds and possible gusts between 30 and 35 miles an hour. And heck, our high temperatures on Saturday only in the low to mid 50s. So enjoy today and once again for Friday. All right, today's high temperature unofficially 61, and it really cleared out after we put this almanac together. I think that might even go up a little bit. I'll let you know about that tomorrow. Normal high temperature for this time of year 60 degrees, and our record 77 set in 1968. Low temperature this morning 43. That's a little warmer than we should be. 39 is our normal low temperature, and 29 our record low set in 2010. Sunrise 6:21 this morning, and it sets tonight at 7:44. All right, getting into Friday, it looks like a nice day. Lots of sunshine, temperatures a little bit warmer than we should see for this time of year, but pretty seasonal out there. 63 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 62 in Quincy, 61 for Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak, just slightly warmer. Omak at 63, Leavenworth 60, and Cashmere tomorrow you will see a high as well of 60 degrees. All right, taking a look at tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Here's our trough of low pressure as it's pushing through Montana right now. High pressure behind that will build in, and that'll give us that nice Friday, but we're still seeing some showers in western Washington. For Friday, lots of sunshine out there. Beautiful way to end our week. We'll see mild conditions with high temperatures generally in the low 60s, and boy, clear skies all over eastern western Washington for Friday. Getting you into the upcoming weekend. Boy, a tale of two weather days this weekend. For Saturday, mostly sunny, and we will see lots of wind right here in central Washington. A lot of those high and mid-level clouds for Saturday. Cooler, too. In fact, much cooler, with high temperatures only in the mid-50s on Saturday afternoon. And then we rebound from all of that on Sunday. High pressure out in the Pacific as well as just off the coast of Washington will bring us a beautiful Sunday. Warmer temperatures, highs right around that 60-degree mark, and that's about normal for this time of year. Getting into Monday, high pressure firmly in place over the western United States. We'll see some high clouds out there Monday. Warmer, though, with temperatures in the low to mid-60s. And look what happens as we get into Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies, strong high pressure is bringing a lot of subtropical warm air our way. We're going to see highs on Tuesday near 70 degrees. And then as we get you into midweek Wednesday next week, we will see mostly sunny skies continue as high pressure continues to sit off the California coast. Just slightly cooler, but still awfully nice on Wednesday with high temperatures in those mid-60s. Here's your 7-day forecast. 40 overnight tonight, 61 and sunny for your Friday. Boy, a little bit of everything Saturday. Some clouds, windy and cooler. 54 degrees. The high temperature is all on Saturday. Then things get better as we end our weekend on Sunday. Sunny skies and 60, and then quite a bit warmer getting into next week. 63 Monday, all the way up to 69 degrees on Tuesday, and we will stay mostly sunny on Wednesday with a high temperature then of 64 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with a classy chassis parade on Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Watch the Classy Chassis Parade Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
And a good Thursday to you. The Mariners won in dramatic fashion yesterday at T-Mobile Park, downing Houston 7-6 in a walk-off. Now, before we get to the late inning heroics, we need to talk about the fact that the Astros looked like they were going to win in a laugher. Houston gained a 5-0 lead with 3 in the second, another in the third. Seattle didn't get things going offensively until the 8th.
Well, Jake Myers bumping up one spot. He and Cam Smith switching 8-9 rolls, and this ball's going to dunk into right field for a hit with Pena's speed. He should score. The throw's going to go to third, and safe at home and safe at third. Astros lead 1-0. RBI base hit by Jake Myers. Now back in there for the second straight game. And he hits the ball to right field for a base hit. That'll score Caratini. Myers going first to third. Astros lead 2-0. Cam Smith back-to-back games with an RBI, now 2 in his big league career. But Altuve has been excellent. Grounds this one. Diving stop by Moore. He gets up to throw. No chance. Infield hit. Another run batted in for the Astros. A 3-0 game as Altuve has an RBI infield hit. Rogers batted with the bases loaded yesterday in extra innings and grounded into a double play on a great play by Dylan Moore in the 11th inning. Here he takes one up for ball 4. That'll be a bases loaded walk and an RBI for Rogers. Now 4-0 Astros. Hits this ball to left. Does he add Seattle to the list? DeRozarena back, not deep enough, but that's going to be a sac fly for Alvarez. In the score, Cam Smith. And the Astros now lead 5-0. Jordan's team leading 8th RBI of the year.
1-1. Hammered high. A rising blast. Left field. Dubon watching. Gone! Grand slam. Arozarena.
Well, you were saying they needed to get something in this situation, and Randy Arozarena makes it happen with a moonshot out there to left field. And just like that, the Mariners are back in this game.
He's down to the count here, 0-2.
Oh, he'd go. Easy run.
How about that? Skips past Cal Raleigh.
On an 0-2. On the line, right field, base hit. Solano and Mastroboni on his way home. He scores. Julio into second base. He has tied this game in the 9th inning.
Well, I love the approach by Julio Rodriguez as he shoots his ball down the right field line. Coming up clutch and driving in 2 runs to tie it up here. Stand-up double and 2 RBIs.
It's now Julio the winning run at third base. 3-2. Ball 4, and the Mariners walk it off with a walk. A Rosarena the grand slam, and a bases loaded walk in the 9th, and the Mariners win it 7-6.
Well, things were pretty quiet, but they were able to put a nice little rally together here in the bottom of the 9th. And Randy Rosarena finishes the job with a little walk-off walk.
Manager Dan Wilson says there were a lot of heroes in yesterday's game, including the bullpen.
Boy, where do you start on a game like that? We talk about it a lot. These guys put up some incredible at-bats late in the game to come back, to get close, and then in the 9th to win it. You talk about being selective, being careful. Randy with the grand slam, and then a walk-off walk. It's just a great at-bat there. Julio going down the right field line. Great at-bat there. Even Donnie Solano getting an 0-2 fastball up in the zone, hitting that ball to right field, and Mastro hitting the ball up the middle. I mean, it's just right down the line when you talk about the at-bats late in the game to come back. And that's not to mention what's inside the heart of each and every one of those guys. I think pitching-wise, the bullpen did an outstanding job keeping that thing right where it needed to be, gave us a chance late in the game to win it, and our guys, our offense took care of the rest. To win the series that way after a really tough loss last night, these guys never doubted. They never felt like they were out of it. They put together a really good 8th inning. To get close, and then that 9th inning to do it again, is just, it's impressive. It really is, and they do it so often, this is one, hopefully we continue to build on.
Seattle has the day off today to savor the series win before hosting Texas in the first of 3 games tomorrow night. That'll be at 6:40 and broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Texas topped the Cubs yesterday 6-2. The Angels fell to the Rays 5-4 and trailed Texas by a game in the AL West. San Diego edged the Athletics 2-1. The A's and M's are tied for last in the division at 5-8. Well, the Seattle Kraken are looking for a bounce-back game tonight in Vegas. After winning 3 straight, Seattle fell to Utah 2 nights ago, 7-1. They look to get off to a better start tonight against the Golden Knights. It'll be at 7 o'clock. The game broadcast on King 5 and Kong TV. There are 5 soccer matches on the prep schedule for today. Omak is in Brewster to battle the Bears. Tonasket is hosting the Manson Trojans. Okanagan is in Oroville to face the Hornets. Bridgeport is on the road in Leavenworth to face Cascade. Quincy travels to Tonasket for a 6 o'clock match coming up tonight. In prep girls fast pitch softball yesterday, Brewster edged Okanagan 15-13. Wilbur Creston Keller unfriendly host to Oroville, beating the Hornets 22-2. On the softball at Diamonds today, Chelan is at Tonasket. Liberty Bell is hosting a doubleheader against Omak. Manson is at Cascade. Cashmere is hosting Mount Baker. Elmira Cooley Heartline visits Brewster. Waterville Mansfield is hosting Bridgeport. In the lone baseball game yesterday, Wilbur Creston Keller topped Oroville by a final of 7-2. The baseball schedule today features Brewster hosting Meridian. Lake Roosevelt travels to Waterville Mansfield. Okanagan is hosting Elmira Cooley Heartline. And that is a check of sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.